Yo, good morning everybody. Join me currently. I think the time it is, let me just have a little look. I'm pretty sure it's 7:28 Tuesday morning. Quick Costa inside. Yes, this is the new way that I've become. I'll be honest with you, coffee shops open at 9 o'clock and I get up so early. But I wanted to start with a question, and it's a bit of a self-indulged question, so please allow me this one before we go back into giving you topics that are going to help you understand more about the industry. But I was thinking this morning, have I become like a TikToker or am I still like a YouTuber? And what I mean by that is I'm really being aware of how hard it is to distribute both the sort of platforms and do them both cohesively. And I think that the reason why that is because we need a goal with YouTube. We need something that we need something that we're going to work towards, that you guys are going to witness, or there's going to be something that's a bigger build. And I've got quite a few project builds of things that you can get from me that's going to be my thoughts about reselling, and that's something that I'm building, that I'm having, that's going to be ready when it's ready. I'm not trying to rush it, but it's good. But basically with the YouTube content, I think it's time to do a tour of charity shops. It's like I know we're saying we're going out of different countries, we're doing all this. The reason why I've not been able to do that yet, and the reason why you've never seen me really go on holiday, is because of how hard it is to leave a business, especially being a live stream seller, especially being a personal brand to all of that, and having all of the business around it. It's you kind of have to be posted here a lot of the time. So what I'm sort of looking at and weighing up at the minute is essentially to leave for 2 weeks to go and do a tour of charity shops, or to do that, it would be using TikTok to drive it in, because obviously we're part of the creativity fund, so it's paid videos and things, which is great, and also it makes it feel like I'm not just going mooching about charity shops. But I am, do you know what I mean? It's hard. I think you guys get it. If you was to just take a week off and not get paid to go around charity shops, you might say, okay, but that's a week that I would want to go on holiday or something. I don't have that holiday incentive because I don't do that sort of indulgent thing, which I probably should, and I do want to. But and it is in the cycle. But I was just thinking, and it was Marge's part of our idea, because I said how I'm going to do this. She says go up north for 1 week and then go down south for another week, and just have maybe a month in between. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think that I'm going to get ready to do a tour of charity shops. But yeah, I'm just passing that one on to you. Hope you lot are all good, and I hope you've all been enjoying the videos. I've been enjoying seeing the comments. I've got a lot of things going on at the minute, and I really just I really hope to kind of piece them together in the videos. I want to bring back more of the POV shots where you're seeing Marge at work and stuff like that. But the reality is, guys, we've just been absolutely on our jobs doing it, and I don't know if it's coming across in the videos, but a lot of the time when I'm doing this sort of video, it's because I haven't got time to do the other sort of video. But today in the video one more time, I want to talk to you about a new business opportunity that came about in the last couple of days. A different one that I'm going to entertain. It's something coming out of London, which is interesting. I think I'm going to just go through a few of the bags, just show you some of the new stuff that we've been getting, because they're kind of little bits that I know a lot of you want. I know there's a lot of you that like seeing what's in the stock. The reason why I had to stop it is because obviously with TikTok they kind of went a bit funny when I started talking about the bales, and that's why I had to sort of do a real big flatline stop, and it worked stopping, because they kind of they treated my account again, and they put it back on the right place. So I'm just gonna literally tan this coffee, go and edit to yesterday's video, which you saw the clip of. It's a real short one, so I don't even know if it's 10 minutes long, but didn't always used to make even 10-minute videos. It's kind of funny about the goalpost you set for yourself as well. It's as soon as you make a 50-minute video, you make a 20-minute video, and you're like, what? Did I even film anything today? But when you've made a 6-minute video, a 20-minute video looks like, whoa, I did so much. So this time relative perspective is very interesting. Anyway, let me just chat on this coffee and reply to some comments on YouTube. What's going on, everybody? I'm not sure what the time is. I think it's 5 to 12. I'm gonna be so real right now. I was very close to capturing what you'd call a very authentic clip. Let's just say expressing some sort of emotion. Yeah, session this morning was quite eye-opening, just in terms of a few other little parts I'm working through internally. Sometimes I get to this point, like some moments in time I'm having, and I'm like, choosing the path that causes the least resistance, but trying to make content valuable. The sticking to the day-to-day is what I'm going to do. This isn't like a gradual decline of me, but I'm just letting you know, I don't know what today entails yet. I don't know yet. I feel like I've basically like moved a few things around. I realised, believe it or not, I realised that I had too much on, and I had to like break down a few bits that I just can't give time to, in order to give time to other things. And like, I was speaking to like my mindful coach today, and he's just like saying like, you know, we find our purpose and then we just kind of gravitate towards all the things that we think we've got is our to-do list. Like, you kind of got to stay central to what it is you want to do. Like, I'm very, very fortunate, not lucky, I'm very fortunate to be in a position where I am, that I can kind of like work my life around how I do, but I make sure I work fucking hard to maintain it. And I guess it's just one of the moments where that sort of love for what you do coincides with the overwork that you probably feel. I think what I find, I just went to the gym. I was just like, you know what, I need to go and like quickly spud in at the gym, move some weight around, get a bit of a sweat on, and just let the chemicals adjust in the brain and rebalance, because that is how that's how I work through it. For me, I'm never going to stop working. I'm never going to stop my hustle or my grind, because that's what I love to do. That's what gives me that sense of purpose and stuff. And all I'll say is, pretty much anybody in your life could turn around to you and question like what it is you do, but it's what you do with that information, or what you do with that question. And like, I can only control how I react to anything. I can't control what someone might say to me or how somebody might interact with you. And we just got to keep going each day. So the gym's been done. I'm going to hit in with a live stream, take you to work now, do a few little bits and bobs, go and grab a coffee, usual bizzo. Just done a video going into Sports Direct. I went into all the charity shops. I was like, well, now it's the Euros. Let me see if I can like kind of thematically create some content around like finding cool like England stuff in the charity shops. I'll be honest with you, I've completed Loughborough like 50 times over. So when I said earlier on about a tour of charity shops, that's like, I just think that's what we've got to do. I think that's what the next thing is. I think in terms of like creating content that gives the value, and in terms of like creating content that either gives the value, that just has its own placement, and also it's like a journey. I don't like these things to feel stagnant. Capturing yourself every day, you realise whatever. Anyway, this is boring moaning moment. All I just wanted to say is I wanted to just capture the moment that was a little bit after the very real moment, and just to say, sometimes you're not going to want to do a thing, but you probably have in your own system, your own internal dialogue, a way that you work through things and how you do it. For me, I like a pretty military system, and I like routine, and I don't really like anybody to interfere with that. And that's my way of like coping with life and using life to work for me in my like messed up mindset. You know what I mean? So that's how it works for me. Anybody want to ask and break my routine, piss off. No, I just think that if you want to look at the people who get somewhere, or the people who have the strong ethics, and it's the normal people who decide to like really instill discipline. And I know a lot of you might think, oh, for God's sake, we've got another David Goggins on our case, but this is just real. This is just real. So let's chat more, showing you some bits at work. Let's have a few POV shots and see if I can do some bits at work, and chat about the business opportunity I had. Actually, that's more exciting. Right, Marge has just given me the green light to filming this, so she's given me that opportunity. So that must mean that she's up here with everybody. Does that mean that everybody other than Professor Snape? Oh, look at these, like, we've got Suzanne and Son. I'm just here. Professor Snape, Suzanne, and Marge. This is the way of it, is it? They're in the absolute thick of it, guys. I almost don't want to talk loud. I almost want to let them just like crack on with it, because they look like they're doing really well. It's really nice to see. I feel like I've not been here for a couple of days. Give me a couple more days off. No, I have actually been here. I've just been doing different things. I don't know if they've noticed me. Morning, we okay? It's the afternoon even, isn't it? Wow. Everything all right?
Yeah. Mum, Mad Claire, here she is, 14.5.
Mad Claire.
So 14 and 15 put together.
I'm not even stopping it, am I? Oh, sorry. Oops. As much as I love Amy, I think Amy might be one of my favourite women after you, my love. And that's Amy Winehouse. We're just going to turn her down a moment because I feel like I've not seen you in a couple of days.
I know.
So,
I know, we haven't.
So tell me, what have you been up to? What's been the 411? You said you've done loads, and I'm excited to hear.
All the larger bales. If anybody ordered more than one small bale, they're put together in a large bale.
Okay, there's quite a lot. So do you know how many there are here?
No.
Do you know when they're being collected?
Tomorrow.
Right, so we're not, I don't have to be here for it today?
No, but you ordered these for Royal Mail. So if you ordered just a half a bale,
yeah,
or you've ordered off the website, or you've ordered your small orders off Tilt, they will all be being picked up by Royal Mail today.
And that's, a lot of them are 24s as well.
Yes,
which
and all of them will be. There are all more half bales that just need their label.
Do you want me to take that anywhere, or are you
Oh,
right?
you can bring the rest of them here.
Okay, so you've been, so the process has been good. Does this, what about the individual items? Have you done them, or?
All done. And then up the top, you've got all your small bales all ready to go. They're all on brands up there.
Oh my God, what's this big tub here? Is that parcels to sell?
Yes. Oh, she's got a tin.
A ting?
No, that's plastic thing.
Okay, this is just us passing through. So you feel like you've actually made some really nice...
Massive progress. But I think now we're getting into the flow of we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's easier. But then she's not here. Suzanne's not here next Monday and Tuesday. So it'll be
What does that challenge, how do we solve that sort of challenge?
Well, I'm hoping the person who's coming to visit us tomorrow.
Oh yeah, who's this again?
George. Maybe he.
George, isn't that the name of the ghost in here?
Yes.
Have you told that already?
I'm not told you.
Okay. Okay, nice. So good. So all in all, high fives all around and good.
Yes.
Nice work, kiddo.
But we have got some knitwear that we can't find who ordered.
Knits. Oh, okay. That should say it.
Nothing on it, but it's tied up.
Oh no, that's probably my doing. Well, that's directly my doing. Okay. If anybody sees this in the meantime and you've bought this and you're watching this video, let us know, because I know a lot of you are actually bidding from YouTube. So let us know.
It's YouTube, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
A bit close.
It's actually not. This could be this close. And it's right, guys. Right, guys. Yes, guys. All these guys and girls and everybody. Right, what we saying? Went for a coffee with Marge. I tell you, this day's been a bit fragmented. Feel like it's not me being authentic by telling you that you boys having like one of them like wobbly days, you know, where I'm just like, you know, don't feel great. But just like internally, mentally. But you know what? There's one woman that can change that. I've already seen it. We just went for a coffee, but she's down here getting some bits prepared at the moment, and she already knows. Whoa, look at that crochet bit. How are we doing? Whoa. Are these all the bits to do? These are all... Oh, these are individual bits from the car boot. We've got car boot bits. We've got all bits. This is great.
They've done this. They've done washing. They've...
Absolutely.
Ready for bundles. Ready for more bits for tomorrow.
Same type thing.
Oh, you pass them to me. It saves me climbing up and down.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah. How many can you, like... Oh, right, sorry, I forget my own strength. Sorry, so yeah, what we're doing right now is we're just taking this stuff up there. Hang on.
He owns 3.9%
So,
of Hugo.
Yeah, so Mick actually owns 3.9% of Hugo. I want to show you, Marge has found these trousers for me. this is the thing, these are unique. I will say, right, this is a bit of a strange thing for a second-hand activist, but if there was a fast fashion brand that I liked wearing after sustainably sourcing, it would actually be Uniqlo. I've got a few jumpers from them and they're quite nice, but I couldn't buy them new.
No.
Just out of principle. Somebody actually had this conversation with me recently. Someone was just like, there must be something that you buy new, like as in like clothing and stuff. You must buy something new. And I don't. I don't even buy trainers new. I think they're like...
You probably should then.
You know what?
Pants you wear? Pants new.
Pants, no. I try and get them from donation bags if I can. If they've not got poo stains, then I'm not wearing... No, it's some things you have to buy new. But there was no really point in this video. You guys, I think you guys can tell the vibe from this video. Just ride it out today. I've got this whole rail of stuff. I'm about to go and tune in to the dude on the live stream, and we're going to go and get this chopped in, and we're just going to, these are actually really nice base layer for like modelling some of the clothes. So also, quickly, where's the cushion for him gone?
Oh.
Also, shout out to the 2 M&Ms that are now washed. Now, I feel like, I know I said this with the Snoopy before. I was just like, yeah, the Snoopy, we're going to leave them on the top. I'm actually going to, I'm going to put these on my sofa. I got nothing else to add. They're just going to be like members of the crew at home. There's nothing else to add to this one. But yeah, we're just going to get this one. So, the time is, I have no idea. I can't. Oh, it's 7 minutes past 5. We have just absolutely cooked off this, and we cooked off these ones over here. This absolute mountain. So what I'm going to do is try and make some sense of this. This is where we get to that point where I'm like, oh my god, okay, so I've got these parcels. Where am I going to go? Blah blah blah. But no, the live today, I'll be totally honest, that's all on me. You know when you're on the camera, guys, and I know, like, there's probably people in the comments, or like you might be thinking that intrusive thought of like, hey Spen, you do know that you chose to do a job with being on the camera. Yes, I do know that. But what I would say is one thing that you really have to consider, or be mindful when you watch people that maybe live stream, is that live streaming is about cleaning the camera first so that people can see your lovely smile or flipping scowl. Not a scowl, I'm joking. You got to remember, people are on the camera, right? Like, one thing that, and just so we can get off the record, just so you don't know, one question I hate being asked is how I am. And the reason why I hate being asked how I am is because it always feels like, not an empty question, but like one that requires some sort of answer that you have to look for. Like, most of the time, like, one of the things I sort of like get taught in my mind of like the philosophy side is you should only ask someone how they are if you want to know really how they are. And as much as, I don't know, all I'll say is being on a live stream and having like 20 people ask you how you are is so nice and it's so lovely, but I just find it very hard to find the energy to answer it, because I don't really ask myself how I am. I just get on with what I'm doing. I know these last few videos seem like a cry for help. I promise you they are not. They're just showing you the day in the life of somebody who sells for a living. Somebody who has a building and a premises and doesn't want to use all of these things. Because what I don't like is in content is like the narcissistic poor me, when most of the things that you see are all self-appointed. Like doing £1 no reserves, being on camera, working with my mom, having a building and a premises. It's all self-appointed stuff, right? But I quite like that self-appointed stuff. This moment in time now is just to kind of highlight that, believe it or not, people have human reactions to things, and sometimes it's just quite hard to stay in a good motivated space when you're on the camera. And you know, it's almost like you ever have that thought, or not thought, right, but a bit, live stream is a bit like this, and not, how am I going to make my point? You ever met like family, friends, or you ever gone to like a social occasion, and there's that moment just before you meet everybody at the social occasion where you're like, and you like kind of, maybe it might just be me, but you like kind of hold your breath, and it's like, because you know that within yourself, there's going to be some part of you that starts to seize up. Maybe it's that mental thing of like that anxiety about, oh my God, who am I going to see? What am I going to talk about? Or that physical, like that your body kind of going like tightening up, feeling a little bit tense, because, and that can be what like the live stream can be sometimes. Like being authentic is being natural on camera, but sometimes you just feel unnatural being like yourself. You know, you just feel like you have to be this sort of type of person that's required at certain points, but kind of need to remind yourself that you don't need to justify anything to anyone. And that's kind of like a bit where I'm at. Today's been one of them days where I realised that something that's happened recently has pissed me off more than I could think. And as a result, it's affected other parts. And within that regard, I kind of come back to this home point. And this is going to almost sound like almost quite military, but my life, and I'm sure yours as well, guys, however you choose to live it, one thing I'm very, very, like, I have a lot of, like, I don't know if scrutiny is the right word, but one thing I have a lot of, like, attention to detail for is my routine and the way that I live not being adjusted by anybody else other than me. And that's something that I really didn't realize as much that has such a big value to me. I've maybe made these points a few times with like personal things. Now, the one thing I'll say with a lot of things that you do is, I know I'm just saying a lot of words, guys, is when you figure out what you want to do with your 24 hours each day, you kind of like, you've got all these jars, whether you have 24 lots of one jar, whether you have, my friend Tom at Express, he has 4 days in one, and he says that his days are broken down into 6 hours, which I quite like. But however you break down the time, you look at that time and you go, how am I going to spend that? How am I going to spend that? You know, time is like money. It's like, you look at it like, how am I spending it? Whereas like, you know, that's just the way it is. Time is the most priceless thing that we can have. But what I'm trying to get to is that are you somebody at all that like has a routine? And like, even I'm just talking like yesterday, like even though it's a small thing, even like social things, I have a zero tolerance policy to it, because I just know and understand what you have to do in order to get to where you have to be. Like when I did Gully to the pure capacity that it was, I knew that what I had to do in order to get to where I was do what other people didn't want to do and work all the time and build that. But, you know, not going like this, poor me, like, look at what I've done. Like, you know, I don't want to sit there like the people on Britain's Got Talent. They're like, I've worked for 10 years to do this. Like, but I'm just saying that if you want to get somewhere in life, especially with vintage and secondhand, you got to pull your fucking finger out and get some serious work in. And don't think it's a 9 to 5 where on Friday night you go, I'm done. You're not done. You keep grinding, keep smashing it out if you want to succeed. And that's one of the, like, I guess the bitter truths of it. And maybe you're getting me at a moment where I'm probably in a less like give a shit mode. And as a result, I'm being probably a little bit even more honest speaking. But if you want to get somewhere with doing this, you have to just be willing to work very hard. And if you're willing to work very hard, if you are happy to make sacrifices in your life to get to certain places, you don't have to make sacrifices to succeed. But sacrifices allow you to fast track that process. In the same way, like, I can do something off my routine, and it can be something where people, like, you think, oh yeah, but 2 hours, like, seeing a family friend or doing this, doing that is all great, and this is the part of life, blah, 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 blah. And the reason why I say blah, 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 blah is because it's never just an hour seeing somebody. It's never just like half an hour doing this. It's always a lot more time. It's always the time before, it's always the time after. And for me, I think that having a real system, like, one thing that maybe isn't shown is people sometimes will go, how do you do the live streams? How do you do like a daily vlog every day? How do you do like at least 5 to 10 like TikTok videos? How do you then like write your book and you're doing all this plus like other bits of life that are still going on? And that's because I work all the time. And that's because the hustle doesn't stop and it continues. And that's just kind of the way of it, you know. That's just the way of it. So this clip's been massively long. I'm just going to turn the camera around for a moment and then we'll just sign it off. And I do apologise today and for the last couple of videos if it's just felt like there's been a slight little bit of like different tone in the videos. I want to go back to certain things. I've got ideas, like I say, with a tour of charity shops to make something more interactive as a concept. I don't really want to be a direct teacher, but I would like to help you lot be resellers. And, you know, we're just figuring it all out together. Trust me, guys. If you're getting to this point, we're figuring it out together. Appreciate you, mate. That was just Russ coming in from down the bottom. Yeah, the point I wanted to get to. Let me just turn it around again. The truth of the matter is, guys, I want to use YouTube to show you authentically how it is. I don't want it to be like a doom and gloom and things like that. Because things are always good. I find a lot of happiness in just getting my head down and working, and I just find a lot of peace doing that. And the ironic thing, and this is how tight my life is, the ironic thing is the minute that things happen in my life that I'm not planning to do, not like saying things that aren't planned, like if like someone said to me recently, what would happen if you got like unwell or something? And I'm like, if I got unwell, then I just work with whatever that situation was. Basically, what else am I going to do? I'd be unwell. I don't know, man. Like, you can sit there and you can go around in circles and you can do this poor me, pity party bollocks. You can start to justify it like what I'm doing now, just talking about this. But I don't know. like, to be honest with you, the day's been fucking awful, and I'm glad that I didn't capture moments when I was actually feeling really bad. But I've just not been able to shake it off, and it's just something that's sat there internally. Don't worry, guys, it's nothing. It's just a mixture of it all, if I'm being honest with you. It's just a mixture of it all. But yeah, don't worry, I'm all right. The way to make me smile is to like and comment on the video anyway. And you know what? I'm going to wait till I'm in a good state of mind tomorrow, and I'm going to reply to some of the comments in the video, because you lot have been really nice in the comments, and I flipping love the fact that you lot are watching it. And every time I put content out like this, I always get nervous that, oh no, you're being too much of a Mardy bastard. Like, people are going to think, oh goodness me, this guy's a poor me Peter. But I'm not a poor me Peter. And shout out to all the Peters that watch this. And just for using your name then, I'm not a poor me Peter. I'm just having a day. I'm having a day, guys. Right, Snape's here. He's having a day. I'm having a day. But guys, honestly, day 203, I think, of posting a video every single day on YouTube. So honestly, guys, stay safe, stay sustainable, keep doing you. Not one day is the same. We are actually going somewhere, but yeah, we are actually going somewhere. We're always going somewhere. Lots of love, guys.